told by the hospital that that fluid contained cancer cells, and I didn't have very much longer to live. Dr. Joseph didn't believe that, and he helped to prove that the problem was irritated pericardial cells and not cancer cells, and that's why I'm sitting here today. Dr. Joseph literally saved my life. Thank you, Brookhaven Heart.
St. Peter's Prep has always been known as a football powerhouse in the tri-state. Tonight, though, the basketball team looks to put the Marauders on the map, and they'll take on another powerhouse, not only on the gridiron, but on the hardwood as well. This is News 12 Varsity's Game Time. Tonight from the Rutgers Athletic Center in Piscataway, it's the 2018 non-public A North Championship game as the Marauders of St. Peter's Prep take on the Ironmen of Don Bosco Prep. Hello again, everyone. Lou Brogno with you on the call alongside Amanda Puglisi, and we welcome you to the rack here in Piscataway. Interesting matchup here. As we mentioned, these two schools are known as football powerhouses, St. Peter's and Don Bosco Prep. But tonight, they're full participants in March Madness as they play for the North A Championship. And these are two teams very similar to one another out there on the floor.
You know, both of these coaches will say we feel like we're playing against mirror images of each other. We have great team basketball on both sides, but both of these teams are pretty much anchored by tough football guys. You mentioned that gridiron, but we're going to see some of that gridiron toughness tonight, Lou.
Well, St. Peter's Prep coming in at 22-5 on the year under head coach Alex Mirabel. Here's a look at the Marauders starting lineup, led by Mark Walker, an outstanding player, Brendan Thiel, and one of those football guys. In fact, he's a football All-American, Shane Simon.
And Shane Simon, he is just so tough. It doesn't matter if he's got a basketball in his hand or a football. He is someone that he can take his team on his back. He is so versatile. He can play all 5 positions, Lou, if the Marauders need him to.
Simon averaging 10 points and 4 rebounds per game, and he'll be one of the key players for the Marauders out there on the court tonight. On the other side for Don Bosco Prep, the Ironmen coming in at 25-2 under head coach Kevin DeVario. They've been on a run the last couple of years, led by Ron Harper, who will play here at Rutgers, and Marcellus Erlington, another outstanding football player who, by the way, though, will play college basketball
at St. John's, and boy, could they have used his physicality today, Lou, in the Big East tournament. I mean, he is someone that he can take you down low. He can shoot from the outside. Really just another one of those players that he is such a threat when he's out there on the court.
And Erlington averaging 24 points per game for the Ironmen, looking to lead them to another non-public A North title. We're just moments away from the opening tip. Marauders and the Ironmen, and the opening tip just moments away on News 12 Varsity's Game Time.
In the past, roofs weren't as important because our houses weren't insulated properly. Now, because of the high price of oil, people are putting new windows in, they're putting siding on their house, they're insulating their attics, and roofs have to be installed differently now. And if you do need a roof, we figure out the best system for your house. Every house is different, and one of the most important things you can do is get the proper system for your home, whether it's the windows, the siding, or the roof. It's good for a lifetime.
This home saving tip is brought to you by King Quality.
Goodbye sweater, goodbye hat, goodbye scarf, goodbye cap, goodbye to these things, and hello to spring. The end. This spring, get a great deal on a new Toyota.
Right now, you can lease a fun-to-drive new 2018 Corolla for just $139 a month, or lease a sporty new 2018 Camry for just $199 a month.
Ready, set, go get your Toyota today.
Toyota, let's go places.
Welcome back to the Rutgers Athletic Center. St. Peter's Prep and Don Bosco Prep playing for the New Jersey North Non-Public A Championship. Don Bosco Prep, Bergen County champs this year, defeating Bergen Catholic 54-38 in the Bergen Jamboree final. St. Peter's Prep also made it to the Hudson County final, where they lost to Hudson Catholic. The Hawks winning the Hudson County title. St. Peter's Prep defeated Seton Hall Prep in the semis to get here, 69-51. Marauders coming in red hot. They've won 9 of their last 10 games. And Don Bosco Prep played Bergen Catholic again in the semis and beat them 71-48. Third time that they've beaten the Crusaders this year. So we're ready to go. Bosco in their home white, they're the top seed. And St. Peter's Prep in their road maroon cherry uniforms, if you will. And the Ironmen moving left to right on your screen. Mike Concannon flips it over to Ron Harper, who will be very familiar with this floor as he will play at Rutgers, committed to the Scarlet Knights. Ball knocked out of bounds by Marcellus Erlington. Actually, last touch by St. Peter's, so Bosco will toss it in. Matt Herasme triggers and flips it to Victor Konopka. In the corner is Harper. Top of the key, Concannon. Herasme launches a 3, dances off the rim, and the rebound pulled down by Will White.
Will White, who only a sophomore, but he's so poised when you talk to Coach Mirabel. He said he learned a lot last year. He got some quality minutes, but really just sat back and learned from the seniors in front of him. Very poised.
Riders dribble in, put up, nope. Rebound by Herasme, and here come the Ironmen. Herasme, 6'3" senior, averaging almost 11 points per game for Bosco. Here's the point guard, Mike Concannon. Leaves it up and in as he drives in the paint, and Bosco takes the early lead. They're up 2-0. Will White brings it up for the Marauders, and he flips it over to Jack Petit. This is Brendan Thiel behind the back dribble. Herasme, tough defense on him. Comes back outside, Petit. Will White dribbles in the paint, dishes back outside. Tough defense here by the Ironman, and they force a bad shot. Marcellus Erlington brings it across.
When you think of Ironmen basketball, you think of that tough man-to-man defense, who's really been their bread and butter all season long.
Cannon flips outside. Erlington dishes inside. Harper lays it up, but can't finish. Got good position, just couldn't get it to go in. Here's White, dribbles down. Slow start offensively for both teams. Just over 2 minutes gone by, and the Ironmen with a 2-0 lead. Good dish underneath, and the bucket for the Marauders.
Great job there by Jack Petit. He draws the defense. He draws Marcellus Erlington, finds his teammate down low, wide open. Nobody there on the help defense sliding over.
Mark Walker, by the way, wearing number 4, although our rosters say he's wearing number 10, so he is number 4 tonight. Mark Walker with that bucket ties the game at 2. Here is Petit. Bounce pass knocked away by Walker, and then a reverse underneath by Harper, and he draws the foul. First team foul on the Marauders. Yeah, they call it on Walker. That's his first. So Ron Harper to the line to shoot 2. Harper, the 6'5" senior, as we said, committed to Rutgers. Outstanding recruit for head coach Steve Peichel, averaging 20.5 points per game and over 4 rebounds, but he misses the first free throw. He'll get another. Tied at 2. And the second on the way, good. So Bosco leads it 3-2. The winner of this game, by the way, will play the winner of the South Jersey Non-Public A championship game. Right now, Camden Catholic leading St. Joe's Metuchen 19-13 at halftime. You talk about a low-scoring game. Jump shot off the rim. Rebound pulled down by the Ironmen, Victor Konopka. Cannon across the midcourt line. Nice move, dishes outside Herasme. Takes it to the hole, puts it up, can't score. And now St. Peter's on the run. Walker has it stripped from behind by Herasme. Ironmen by 1, 3-2. 4 minutes and 20 seconds remaining. Not exactly an offensive explosion here in the beginning. Inside, Marcellus Earlington lays it in off the glass.
Perfect pass by Harper to go over the defense, leading Marcellus Earlington to the basket. And a great job there by Earlington also to just hesitate just enough to get the defender up in the air, and then he gets a clean shot to the basket.
Walker, top of the key, hands it off to Brendan Thiel, and kickball. So St. Peter's will retain possession. Marauders with 22 wins this year. Last year finished 19-8. So Alex Mirabel has got this program really heading in the right direction. Here's White, fires a three off the rim though. And the rebound, Earlington. Another rebound from Marcellus Earlington. Kevin DeVario said he's the best rebounder he's ever coached.
And it's all about his position down low, Lou. He's so great at boxing out and getting between the defender and the backboard. And that's what rebounding comes down to. It comes down to fundamentals.
Earlington driving to the hoop. No basket. Whistle before the shot. Second team foul on St. Peter's. And Concannon will toss it on the baseline. It comes all the way up top to Konopka. Earlington left wing. Konopka goes inside. Harper can't find the handle.
Got to give credit to St. Peter's defense, especially Will White. I mean, he is meeting the point guard so far up at the half-court line, not giving the Ironmen any easy entry passes.
St. Peter's down by 3. There's Will White, brings it across. Only a sophomore, averaging 6 points per game. Demetrius Plexida in the game now for St. Peter's Prep. Transfer from St. Anthony. And jump shot, Will White, in and out. Rebound, Plexida lost the handle. Mentioned Plexida, the transfer from St. Anthony. A number of St. Anthony players on these teams. Plexida, of course. Walker, another. And on the other side for Bosco, Isaiah Williams. For St. Anthony, I'm sure you're all aware of the story that the school closed at the end of last year. And those players moved on to other programs, and very beneficial to St. Peter's, that's for sure.
Listen, anytime you can get a former player that was under Coach Hurley, and you know that he's coming to fundamentally sound, knows to play team basketball. And
he drives and takes an extra step. So traveling the call, St. Peter's has scored 2 points here in the first quarter.
But Lou, the Marauders are taking good quality shots. They're right there, they're right on the rim. They're just not falling. And if you're St. Peter's, you have to just keep telling your players, you just got to keep shooting, because eventually our shots are going to start to fall.
And as poor as St. Peter's has done offensively, they're only down by 3. Bosco's only got 5 points on the board.
I think the rims might be a little tight. We got to loosen them up. We saw the Rutgers players practicing before, so I don't know. I don't know what they did to those rims, Lou.
Here's Harper, jump shot, good. Ron Harper drills a 3. He's got that 3-point shooting range, and Bosco goes up by 6. Ironmen lead at 8-2. Here's Shane Simon, dribbles in, flips outside to Thiel, and the Marauders throw it away. Owen McLashin comes in the game now for the Ironmen. So he checks in, the 6'6" junior who transferred from South Jersey Cherokee prior to the season. Earlington, strong move, and a foul on Simon. How do you like that football matchup? Shane Simon on Marcellus Earlington.
They've been going at it down low on the block all day long. This is just another look here. Earlington taking Simon with a strong dribble, the drop back step to get to the backboard, to the basket. We're going to see this a lot, Lou, all day long.
I guarantee you their collisions on the gridiron were a little more physical than that. Earlington at the line, and his free throw, good. Marcellus Earlington, you know, obviously we talk so much about his football prowess, but he was a first-team All-State basketball player last year. He scored over 1,000 points in his career. Division I player.
And a lot of people might be wondering, why isn't he playing football? Well, I spoke to him before the game, and he was telling me it was always his dream to play college basketball and to play at the highest level. And when St. John's offered him, he said he was so excited, couldn't wait to commit. He loves Coach Mullen and what he's doing down there.
Fadeaway jumper, beautiful touch by Brendan Thiel, who averages 14 points a game, a 4-year starter, and he is a smooth shooter. 10-4, Bosco by 6. Outside, jumper in the corner, bullseye. Nothing but net for McLation. It's a 9-point Ironman lead, 13-4. Final minute of play, quarter number 1. Thiel puts the brakes on, flips it outside. Tucks it out. Harper all over him defensively. Now Will White tries to settle things down for the Marauders. Bounce pass, top of the key, Simon dribbles in, short jumper, nicely done. He banks it off the glass.
Good jump stop there by Simon to compose himself, go up strong.
13-6, 7-point Bosco lead. Here's Concannon, top of the key, dribbling in, takes it, flips it in the corner, Herasme. 3 seconds, 2, Herasme has it stripped away. Simon at the buzzer, and that will do it. So the first quarter comes to an end. We have played one here at the Rutgers Athletic Center, and Don Bosco Prep trying to win their 3rd straight non-public A title. They lead it by the score of 13-6. All Ironmen in that first quarter. Mike Concannon takes it to the hole. And the Ironmen up by 7.
Jewelry design, diamonds reset, jewelry appraised by a GIA graduate gemologist. Always while you wait and watch, your diamonds never leave your sight at Gennaro Jewelers in Belmore. Honest and reputable since 1923. Feel totally at ease while you sit next to our diamond setter. While you wait and watch your diamonds being set or resized, visit our exciting new website, GennaroJewelers.com.
I got to see her for the first time, and I heard that cry. I don't think that there's anything that can ever compare to that.
She's here. Our lives were changed for the best.
Seeing her as a new mom, just glowing and smiling from ear to ear, that's what St. Catherine's is about.
It was unreal. I'm never going to forget that moment.
Back at the Rutgers Athletic Center, good first quarter for Don Bosco Prep as they lead it by the score of 13-6. Ironmen 2-time defending non-public A champs. And trying to win yet another non-public A North title here. Right now, they're up by 7, and they'll have possession here. So Herasme will toss it in. Doubleheader tonight. Well, Gill St. Bernard's and Roselle Catholic for the North non-public B championship. Cannon dribbles in, flips in the corner, Herasme open for 3. It's in and out, rebound, Earlington can't find the handle, and Will White will bring it across for the Marauders. Hands to Thiel, Simon. Theo thought about that long-range three.
But you know what? He can hit it. He can hit it, Lou. He has such great range, such a great shooter. He's the one that really gets the team going.
Tough defense here by the Ironmen as St. Peter's unable to penetrate. Just a little over a minute gone by second quarter. Here's Theo outside. Stops, pops from the foul line. Off the back rim, doesn't go. And Herasme gets the long rebound. Dribbles across. Comes to Concannon. Between the circles. Directs traffic for the Ironmen. Harper puts the brakes on. Peters fans wanted to travel. Here is Erlington as it's stripped, and the ball goes up and in, but foul before the shot. Actually, I'm not sure they called a foul. Might have been a held ball. The alternating arrow. It goes to Bosco. Here's Herasme. Three-pointer's good. Matt Herasme. Who I believe has received a Division I offer from St. Peter's College since the last Bosco game we did when they played Bergen Catholic earlier in February. Outstanding player, averaging just about 11 points a game.
And that's where he's going to go. He's going to go to St. Peter's. Once Coach Dunn offered him, a few more offers came in, but Herasme just really liked what Coach Dunn was running, his system, really liked that, wanted to be part of the team. So he's going to continue, and we'll get to see him at St. Peter's College.
Foul on Don Bosco Prep, much to the dismay of Ironman head coach Kevin DeVario. In his 23rd season, 490 wins, tremendous career. Traveling, the call on the Marauders. Bosco with a 10-point lead. They're up 16-6. Ironmen Bergen County champs. We mentioned they beat Bergen Catholic 54-38. 10th title in the Bergen Jamboree, their second straight. Here's Concannon off the rim, doesn't go. Here's fight for that rebound. Erlington pulls it away. Dishes in the corner, long three. Harper off the back rim. And a foul on Herasme in the backcourt, trying to knock it away from Will White. So still a 10-point lead for the Ironmen. 5:15 remaining here in the second quarter. Shane Simon spinning and twisting, puts up a wild shot. Ironmen the other way, Concannon dribbles in, trying to get past White. Instead he gives Herasme, and call goes against the Ironmen. It's a blocking foul.
Yeah, Marcellus Erlington coming around, going to set the pick. The feet weren't exactly planted, so he kind of moves with the pick. You got to, Ironman fans aren't going to like it, but you got to, the call has to go against them.
Third team foul on Bosco, each team with 3 team fouls. 4 minutes, 45 seconds remaining in the first half. St. Peter's Prep down by 10. Simon, they wheel it around. Will White on the left wing, played by Concannon. White dribbles in, tries to dish in the corner, back outside, Simon for 3. And it dances off the rim. Herasme somehow gets that rebound. Long outlet pass, beautiful fast break by the Ironmen. Marcellus Erlington lays it in. A good look by Maglation. And St. Peter's Prep calls a timeout as Alex Mirabel wants to talk it over. His team now down by 12.
And this fast break, Lou, this year is such a momentum booster for the Ironmen. You see the great outlet pass, and then there's, Marcellus Arlington just down low, doing a great job of running the floor, knowing where to be, his teammates knowing he's going to be there, getting ready for the pass. And, of course, we talk about it again, that hesitation, just that half a second hesitation that gives him the clear view to the basket.
Well, you see Bosco 25-2 in the regular season. They got a first-round bye. No problem with Pope John in the quarterfinal. No problem with Bergen Catholic in the semifinal. They're on a 16-game winning streak. The last time they lost was to Bergen Catholic. That was way back on January 13th. Since then, they've knocked the Crusaders off twice. Actually, I think they beat them 3 times since then. They played 4 times this year. That was the first meeting, and they beat them 3 times since.
And you look at the point differential in that second game. Really, Don Bosco has to be hitting their stride at this point. They beat Bergen Catholic just by 3 points. That last time we saw them. Playoffs is a whole different story.
Petit, good dish off to Simon. Shane Simon lays it in. Simon, 1,000-point scorer in his career. He's a 4-year starter in basketball. Of course, we talked about his football superlatives, heading to Notre Dame to play for the Fighting Irish.
And if you're Shane Simon, you want to go back to that scoring 1,000 points, Luke, it helps when he's so versatile because he can play down low. He can come out. We saw him shoot the 3. It was a great shot before, just in and out. So he gets his points all over the floor.
Oh, what a spin by Petit, but he can't finish. And Herasme pulls down the rebound. 10-point lead for the Ironmen. Harper takes it on the baseline, lays it in, and the foul.
A soft finger roll there by Ron Harper. Really impressive, Lou.
Ron Harper, a little extra zip in his step playing here at the Rutgers Athletic Center. I think he's getting very familiar with these rims.
I think so too. And you know what? And I like there on that last play, I like how he used Arlington as a shield. I don't know if he meant to do it on purpose, but Arlington just turns his body just ever so slightly, blocking St. Peter's Prep from getting in the lane.
Well, he's at the line, a chance for a 3-point play and a chance to build that Bosco lead up to 13. And his free throw off the front rim doesn't go. So it remains a 12-point game, 20-8, the Ironmen. 3 minutes, 20 seconds left, first half.
St. Peter's only with 2 points in this quarter, but Lou, they're taking quality shots. It's just one of those things you got to keep shooting.
And they do as Petit hits the jump shot from the top of the key. 6'1" junior, averaging 8 points a game. And he makes it a 9-point deficit, 20-11. 2:50 remaining. Inside Harper. Outside, Arlington for 3 off the back rim, no. And the rebound pulled down by Walker. Richmond Thiel outside. Pettit, top of the key, looking for a cutter, but nothing there for the Marauders. Now Thiel takes the 3 and hits. Brendan Thiel drills it from downtown. And just like that, the Marauders back in it. They're down by 6.
Some clutch 3-point shots. That's what got Bosco on their run. St. Peter's is doing the exact same thing. You just got to get that rhythm. You got to build up that rhythm. And sometimes 2 quick 3-pointers, that's all it takes.
Arlington has it stripped away, and here come the Marauders. 2 minutes left, first half. Will White across the midcourt line. Plexida. Back outside to White. Dribbles in. Pettit at the foul line. Back door trying to go inside to Thiel. Knocked away, and then a foul called on the Marauders. Foul is on Demetris Plexida. That's his first and the 5th team foul on St. Peter's. Minute 35 left here in the first half. Buchanan. Cross court, Herasme. Zone D here by St. Peter's Prep. Bosco trying to figure out how to attack it right now as Concannon holds it outside. For those of you not from New Jersey who are watching in the tri-state area, should point out there's no shot clock in New Jersey. So right now, Bosco playing within the rules. No shot clock, and they're going to take advantage of it. Of course, St. Anthony did this for years in the four corners extremely successfully.
And look at who's in the middle. Mark Walker from St. Anthony. He's now stuck in the middle.
You know, they're going to draw them out of that zone. And here is Erlington, puts it up, gets the offensive rebound, and it's taken away by Plexida. Will White up ahead, Walker lays it in. 4-point game, 20-16. St. Peter's Prep has come back to within 4 here. And Concannon at the top of the key. It is an 8-0 run by St. Peter's Prep. Bosco trying to quell it here. Here's Harper, off-balance shot, doesn't go. Erlington with the offensive rebound and bucket. Marcellus Erlington with a huge basket for the Ironmen.
And how about the awareness to know that there wasn't enough time for him to come back down on the floor. He had to throw it up right away. Just beats the clock. Here it is again. Here's the miss by Harper. Here's Erlington. Feet don't even touch the ground. Lou gets the 2 points for the Ironmen.
So a good end to the first half for Bosco as they go back up to a 6-point lead. Our score at halftime in the non-public A North Jersey final. Bosco 22, St. Peter's Prep 16 on News 12, Varsity's Game Time.
We're searching out the best products and the best material for our homeowners. They don't have to do the research. We already did it. And our men are being trained through the manufacturers. The manufacturer guarantees our workmanship as well. When you factor in the high cost to heat your house, to cool your house in the summertime, the Simonton 9800 window virtually pays for itself along with the 0% interest for 5 years. Whether it's the windows, the siding, or the roof, it's good for a lifetime.
This home saving tip is brought to you by King Quality.
Today, the new New York is ready for takeoff. We're invested in creating the world's first state-of-the-art drone testing facility in central New York in the Mohawk Valley, which marks the start of our nation's first 50-mile unmanned flight corridor and allows us to attract the world's top drone talent. All across New York State, we're building the new New York. To grow your business with us in New York State, visit esd.ny.gov.
Passion. Where can it take your business? From big dreams to the big time. From building bottom lines to building relationships. From Bridgehampton to Broadway, BNB Bank is passionate about your business and its success. One of New York's fastest growing community banks, BNB has helped build and grow businesses for more than 100 years. BNB. Many success stories, one bank.
Jalen woke up with hives and rashes one afternoon after his nap. We brought him to LI Urgent Care immediately, where they took us in right away. Dr. Molina examined him without Jalen crying.
And they took to each other immediately.
LI Urgent Care, Suffolk County's first and only NJSIAA accredited urgent care center. We have ER-trained physicians, x-rays, and lab on site. For adult and pediatric medical care, LI Urgent Care in West Babylon. Open 365 days a year, no appointment needed.
Back at the rack, where Don Bosco Prep leads it by the score of 22-16. Ironmen looking for their 26th win of the year in another non-public A North title. And they had a commanding lead at one point, but St. Peter's Prep went on an 8-0 run, got back into the game, brought it to within 4 points. Marcellus Erlington with a huge offensive rebound and putback right before the buzzer sounded. To 16. Bosco last year 30-2, defeated Bertha Catholic in the non-public A final. And some of the action in the first half, how about Ron Harper drilling that three?
And that was a huge three. That's really what got the Ironmen going in that first half.
Herasme as well, hitting the, that was Maglation with the three deep in the corner.
And here's Herasme knocking down that three-pointer. Once Harper got going, everybody got going.
Pettit drills a three from the top of the key for St. Peter's. And then it's Thiel, Brendan Thiel, with that terrific range from downtown.
Thiel had been quiet in that first quarter. In the second quarter, things started to pick up a little bit for St. Peter's. We see them here running the floor, doing a really great job, really seem to find their momentum and their rhythm. So it was interesting how each team, Lou, really, Bosco got off to a hot start in the first. St. Peter's picked up the slack.
Yeah, both teams started the game a little cold from the field, but things picked up. St. Peter's Prep shooting 7 of 16 from the field. Bosco 8 of 19. From three-point range, Marauders did well, 2 out of 4. Bosco 3 of 8. Rebounds just about even. And you can see the assistant blocks as well. For the most part, the stats look fairly even, but Bosco, of course, with that 6-point lead, up 22 to 16. But I think St. Peter's has settled down a little bit. In the very beginning of the game, things were a little rough for the Marauders, but they look like they got their act together a little bit.
They settled down, and more importantly, Lou, and we talked about this earlier, their shots started to fall. They were taking quality shots. Both teams really are taking quality shots. I don't know, there must have been a lid on that rim for St. Peter's, but finally they're able to knock down a few threes, and they're right back in this one.
So Don Bosco Prep with a 6-point lead in halftime. Ironmen up 22 to 16. More halftime activity here on News 12 Varsity's Game Time.
In the past, roofs weren't as important because our houses weren't insulated properly. Now, because of the high price of oil, people are putting new windows in, they're putting siding on their house, they're insulating their attics, and roofs have to be installed differently now. And if you do need a roof, we figure out the best system for your house. Every house is different, and one of the most important things you can do is get the proper system for your home. Whether it's the windows, the siding, or the roof, it's good for a lifetime.
This home saving tip is brought to you by King Quality.
Steel. It's tough and it's strong. Use that same strength and durability to protect what you need to store with steel utility buildings from steelsheds.com. Heavy-duty steel with all welded construction. You can't dent them by hand. We also make commercial buildings, garages, custom cellar doors, and tenant storage lockers. Manufactured only in the USA by steelsheds.com. Free delivery and free installation, including free steel floor. No cement base needed. Buy direct at steelsheds.com.
We're searching out the best products and the best material for our homeowners. They don't have to do the research. We already did it. And our men are being trained through the manufacturers. The manufacturer guarantees our workmanship as well. By wrapping your house in cedar ridge siding and stopping thermal bridging, it's like putting a blanket around your house. Because we want to have a system for your home, whether it's the windows, the siding, or the roof, that's good for a lifetime.
This home saving tip is brought to you by King Quality.
When fine jewelry is purchased, the service you receive should be rivaled only by its beauty. At Bunty's Jewelry, service, quality, and the customer always come first. For the finest timepieces, the most precious of stones, and the highest quality diamonds. Observe our jewelers while your stones are set. Work with them to design that special custom piece, or have your stones and jewelry appraised while you wait.
Bring your unwanted gold to Bunty's. We pay the highest prices.
On March 15th and 18th, it's the New Jersey Tournament of Champions on News 12 Varsity with live coverage of the semifinals and the finals. It's exciting high school basketball live on the big screen on Channel 61. Also available at News12Varsity.com and the News 12 Varsity app. On Saturday, March 10th, beginning at 3 p.m., it's a boys basketball doubleheader as we crown 2 champions. First, it's the Class A Finals as Amityville battles Garden City. Then the Class AA title game between Hills East and Uniondale. Catch high school championship basketball live on the big screen on Channel 61. Also available at News12Varsity.com and the News 12 Varsity app. On Sunday, March 11th at 3 p.m., it's the CHSAA Intersectional Final, live from Fordham University. Find out which school will add another title to its trophy case. Catch high school championship basketball live on the big screen on Channel 61. Also available at News12Varsity.com and the News 12 Varsity app.
Back at the rack where Don Bosco Prep leads St. Peter's 22-16. Here the non-public A North title game. These two teams playing for the right to play for the non-public A championship, which will be on Saturday at Toms River. They'll play the winner of the game between Camden Catholic and St. Joe's Metuchen. Bosco last year, of course, the defending non-public A champions. Two-time defending North A champs, so trying to win their third straight North championship. Take a look at the road to the championship, and St. Peter's Prep defeating St. Joe's Montvale 84-62. And St. Peter's knocking off Del Barton 53-46. And St. Peter's all over Seton Hall Prep 69-51. Don Bosco Prep over Pope John 94-62. And then Bosco over Burton Catholic 71-48. And once again, our score at halftime, Don Bosco Prep 22, St. Peter's 16. Second half upcoming on News 12, Varsity's Game Time.
What's available on demand from Optimum this month? Wonder.
I know I'm not an ordinary kid.
You are not ugly, and anyone who cares to know you will see that.
You can't blend in when you were born to stand out.
Daddy's home, too.
Your father hasn't met the new evolved Dusty? That's exactly the stuff he's going to make fun of us for. This guy's raising your kids half the time.
Disney Pixar's Coco.
I'm supposed to play music.
Never forget how much your family loves you.
Watch these plus tons of other on-demand movies all month long. Optimum.
Waiting for spring?
Yes!
Be ready for all the season has to offer with a great deal on a new Toyota.
Right now, lease a new 2018 RAV4 with all-wheel drive for just $169 a month. Or lease a new 2018 Highlander with all-wheel drive for $249 a month.
Ready, set, go get your Toyota today.
Toyota, let's go places.
Back at the Rutgers Athletic Center, Bosco up by 6 as we get ready for the second half. It'll be interesting to see how these two teams come out now here at the start of half number 2. Both teams kind of cold, just as cold as it is outside at the beginning of the game. But both teams have settled down here now at the Athletic Center.
And coming into this game, you know, Coach Mirabel says that he thinks his St. Peter's Prep team, they're hitting their stride at the right time. And this is when you want to be playing your best basketball at the end of the season. I'm sure he'll say that first half, forget it, throw it out the window. That's not Marauders basketball.
Nice ball fake outside. Here is the jump shot by Shane Simon, doesn't go. And the rebound pulled down by Harper. Bosco moving right to left on your screen here in half number 2. Cannon gives it to Harper. Harper dishes outside. Herasme and Earlington directing traffic. Goes inside Harper, and he draws a double team and draws the foul. First team foul on the Marauders here in half number 2.
We're going to see this double team a lot this half. St. Peter's, that's their way that they're going to try to contain guys like Ron Harper, Marcellus Earlington down low. They clearly have the height advantage and the physicality, Don Bosco does, so by St. Peter's doubling down low, that's going to be their way to try to combat all that physical play.
Foul was on Pettit, that's his first. And Harper hits the first. Ron Harper, as we said earlier, committed to Rutgers. We're playing a lot here at the Rutgers Athletic Center in the Big Ten. Outside is Brendan Thiel. Here is Shane Simon. Thiel comes over to meet the pass in the corner, backs it back outside. Will White, crossover dribble to Pettit. Pettit, top of the key, hands it off to Theo, pulls up for the jumper, off the back rim, doesn't go. Pettit does a nice job to get that rebound. 8-point deficit for the Marauders. They're down 24-16. 6:40 remaining here, third quarter. Again, that Bosco defense, very tough. Pettit takes it right in and draws the foul. Good drive there by Jack Pettit, and the foul on Victor Konopka.
You like Pettit, you like how aggressive he's being. He's going right after Konopka on that one, daring him to guard him, going straight to the basket. And if you're going to go up against Konopka, you have to go at him hard.
Free throw, good. Jack Pettit, the 6'1 junior. And his second, good as well. 6-point game, 24-18. Token pressure there by the Marauders. Cross court, Herasme open for three. Off the back rim, doesn't go, and Pettit pulls down the rebound. Up ahead, Theo dishes inside Simon, and the block by Konopka. Simon gets it back, puts it up off the glass, can't connect, comes back outside to Pettit. He flips it to White, and St. Peter's will settle things down here a little bit.
Good decision by St. Peter's to just regroup after a few of those missed shots, just get back into your half-court set.
Will White, top of the key. Being played by Harper. White, 5'10". Harper, 6'5". And a three-pointer. Will White drills that three from downtown. He draws St. Peter's Prep to within three. Harper dishes underneath Konopka. Back outside, Concannon. Trying to force it into Erlington, and reaching from behind, Shane Simon called for the foul.
On that pass, Lou, you're better off with just a quick fake up top and then a nice bounce pass down low. Really let Erlington get the ball down low where he wants it. Trying to go over wasn't really going to work in that situation.
Off the inbounds, Marcellus Erlington puts it in. Once again, the Ironmen are up by 5. 26-21. Pettit comes out to meet that pass, stripped away. Good defense, Erlington, quick hands. Harper loses the handle, but Konopka saves it for Bosco. Concannon into Erlington. He gets position and scores.
And that's that bounce pass we were talking about. It allows Erlington to get position, get the ball down low, and set himself.
28-21, 7-point lead for the Ironmen. White hands it off to Pettit. Theo hands Walker, takes the baseline and tried to float it up over Erlington. That's hard to do, but he does draw the foul.
And that's what you want. You have to go after Don Bosco. You have to attack the basket, get to the free throw line, a place where St. Peter's, they really feel comfortable.
So Mark Walker at the line, the 6'2 senior, the transfer from St. Anthony. And his free throw good as he gets the roll. Averaging 9 points and 6 rebounds per contest. Demetrius Plexidis in the game now for the Marauders.
St. Peter's is going to look to be a little more physical in this half. They did not go to the free throw line once in that first half.
5-point Bosco lead, 28-23. 4:20 remaining in the third. Cannon flips it over to Erlington. Erlington launches a three off the front rim though, and the ball knocked out by Konopka. It'll be St. Peter's Prep possession. Jack Pettit back in the game for the Marauders. And Shane Simon takes a seat. Thiel, bounce pass. Pettit, Harper in his face, inside, it goes to Walker, floats it up and in. Mark Walker with a beautiful shot in the paint. And Peters draws to within 3, 28-25. Konopka, Herasme, fires a 3, yes.
Good vision there by Konopka to see Herasme across the court, and a great pass too, put a little mustard on it.
31-25, 3:15 remaining in the third. 6-point lead for the Ironmen. Exodus moves Konopka away, then flips it outside, trying to save it. Somehow Will White did. Really walking the tightrope on that sideline. Thiel took an extra step, traveling.
Thiel tries the jump stop. Lou, he just didn't stop. Just slid a little bit on that one.
Alex Mirabel looking on in his 4th season. This team has fought hard to come back, but they're still down by 6. Harper, way up top. Harper takes it right down the lane and scores.
Somebody on St. Peter's has to step in. You need help defense on there. You cannot let Ron Harper go to the basket uncontested.
Back up to an 8-point lead for the Ironmen. Walker takes it right in and puts it in. Mark Walker is heating up here in the third. Here's Concannon, back to a 6-point game, 33-27. Walker all over the floor right now, almost picked the pocket there. Concannon, I'm not sure if he maybe has a bloody nose, looked like he took a shot to the face. Owen McGlashan comes in. Konopka throws it away, tried to dish it outside to Harper. The Marauders will get it back on the turnover. Less than 2 minutes remaining now in the third. Shane Simon back in, Jack Pettit to the bench for St. Peter's Prep.
They're not a deep team. They only go about 6 players, really just play a total of 6 players. So just think about how conditioned and how well conditioned these Marauders have to be.
There's Will White outside to Walker. Walker, nice quick first move, puts it up, can't score. Harper pulls down the rebound and he'll bring it across. Dishes to Konopka. Walker double teamed. Dribbles out of it and drives it through. Wow, what a burst by Harper.
What an exclamation point. You're going to double team me at the top. Well, I'm going to beat the double team, and I'm going to get to the basket, and I'm going to throw it down. I think Harper means business.
And Mark Walker says, I do too, as he answers at the other end. We've got ourselves a game. 1:11 remaining in the third. Don Bosco's lead is 6. They're up 35-29. What a move, though, by Ron Harper as he explodes to the hoop after fighting off the double team.
You know, I don't think he was expecting the double team to come, but he does a great job there. You see he splits the double team, then he gets the third defender to come. He fakes the third defender out, gets to the basket.
Mark Walker coming down the other end, takes it in with the left hand, and he really has exploded here in the third quarter, keeping St. Peter's Prep in this game.
He's been a real spark plug for the Marauders, really just driving to the basket, getting things going, getting everybody moving around, and I think that's what St. Peter's needs. They've been standing still on their feet a little too much, so good job there by Walker. So kind of a few times he actually caught Don Bosco kind of sleeping a little bit. He's able to get to the hoop. He's going to have to continue to do that in this third period.
So Bosco up 35-29. Ironmen trying to win their third straight A North title. Of course, they got all the way to the TOC final last year. Ronald Harper, 12 points tonight. Another solid performance for him. Harper's so versatile. He's very strong inside, as you just saw, but he can shoot well from outside as well. That's an excellent three-point stroke. Not sure what the problem is on the court right now. So time has been called. Yeah, it looks like there might be some blood on the court.
We saw Concannon take that shot before, a little bit of a bloody nose. Looks like he's ready to come back in, though.
So it looks like things have been cleaned up. First of two games here tonight at the Rutgers Athletic Center. The B North Championship upcoming. Gil St. Bernard's against Roselle Catholic. Looks like Mike Concannon is changing his jersey, as he might have had some blood on that number 2 jersey, so he goes to number 22.
If number 2 is his lucky jersey, does 22 mean he gets double the luck?
Is that double luck? Nice look inside. Konopka puts it up, dances off the rim, gets his own rebound. No! Rebound Earlington. And what's the call? Did they call a jump ball or a foul? I guess it's a foul.
Even a foul on the floor before Earlington went up for that second shot.
That's the third team foul on St. Peter's Prep. They call it on Plexitas. So Harper to inbound. Gets it in. Herasme. And that's an offensive foul on the Ironmen. Might have gotten Harper on that one.
Harper a little too strong with his left forearm on the push-off. And it was right in front of the ref. No way he wasn't going to blow the whistle.
That's a third team foul on the Ironmen. 35-29, final minute of play, quarter number 3. There's Will White moving against Concannon. Puts it outside Thiel. Exodus dribbles in, puts the brakes on, now lets it fly, doesn't go. Earlington pulls down that rebound, up ahead, here's Harper. Harper dribbles it, barrels in, offensive foul. Ron Harper barreling in there.
What a job by St. Peter's Prep to know that here's going to come Ron Harper. So what am I going to do? I'm going to stand still, plant my feet, and take the charge. Just heads-up defense there by St. Peter's.
13 seconds left, third quarter. Still a 6-point game. Plexitas dribbles in. Dishes in the corner, Walker gives to Theo, launches a 3, off the rim, no. Rebound, Will White puts it up. And the third quarter comes to an end. Well, we've got ourselves a game heading into the fourth. St. Peter's Prep still very much in it. The non-public A North title is on the line. Don Bosco Prep leading St. Peter's Prep by 6, 35-29 on News 12, Varsity's Game Time.
In the past, roofs weren't as important because our houses weren't insulated properly. Now, because of the high price of oil, people are putting new windows in, they're putting siding on their house, they're insulating their attics, and roofs have to be installed differently now. And if you do need a roof, we figure out the best system for your house. Every house is different, and one of the most important things you can do is get the proper system for your home, whether it's the windows, the siding, or the roof. It's good for a lifetime.
This home saving tip is brought to you by King Quality.
I got to see her for the first time, and I heard that cry. I don't think that there's anything that can ever compare to that.
She's here. Our lives were changed for the best.
Seeing her as a new mom, just glowing and smiling from ear to ear, that's what St. Catherine's is about.
It was unreal. I'm never going to forget that moment.
Back here at the Rutgers Athletic Center, Don Bosco Prep leading St. Peter's Prep 35-29 in the non-public A North Championship game. The non-public A South Championship game is over, and Camden Catholic has defeated St. Joe's Metuchen. So the winner of this game will play Camden Catholic on Saturday in Toms River for the non-public A New Jersey State Championship. Neither team thinking about that right now. They've got a whole fourth quarter to go. And Bosco in a game here with St. Peter's. They're up by 6, 35-29. Concannon flips it outside, traveling the call. Good defense by Thiel to force the turnover. Will White across the midcourt line. Outside to Shane Simon, top of the key. Here's to Walker. Hands to Thiel. Bounce pass, Simon. They were looking for a cutter back door, but nothing there. Instead, Thiel takes it himself and floats it in.
St. Peter's needs Thiel to get hot. That was just his 7th point of the day. They're used to seeing him put up a lot of numbers, put up a lot of points. Today, Don Bosco's done a really good job on him defensively.
Marauders draw to within 4. Herasme pulls up for the jumper, doesn't go. Rebound, Walker. Chance for St. Peter's Prep to cut it to 2. Here's Thiel. Outside, Will White. He's trying to cut it to 1. His three-point shot is short, and the rebound pulled down by Concannon. Quickly across the midcourt line. Iglesian inside, Herasme dances off the rim. Here comes Walker. Mark Walker running the break, goes coast to coast and lays it in. It's a 2-point game. 35-33, Don Bosco, and the crowd alive here at the rack. Erlington, top of the key, dribbles in, spinning, twisting, traveling in the lane. Turnover gives it back to St. Peter's Prep, and the Marauders a chance to tie it. And Kevin DeVario wants a timeout. 30-second timeout. Bosco looking to talk it over as the Marauder Nation likes what they're seeing out there. It's a 2-point game, 35-33.
Coach DeVario wants to crush any momentum that St. Peter's is going to try to get early in this fourth quarter. Lou, we've seen all season long, basketball, it's a game of runs, and it's a game of who goes on the longest run and when. So if you're Coach DeVario, you do not want to allow St. Peter's Prep to go on a run like that one to start the fourth quarter.
Pretty good crowd here tonight at the Rutgers Athletic Center. Remember, both of these schools traveling down from North Jersey, where many parts of northern New Jersey got as much as 25 inches of snow yesterday.
Sounds like you were busy shoveling snow, Lou.
Some of these people, including me, had to dig out to get here.
I'm glad you could make it.
So with 6 minutes and 22 seconds remaining here in the fourth, long way to go in this one. St. Peter's Prep a chance to tie it here or take the lead with a 3. Here's Thiel outside. Two defenders. Plexidus outside. Thiel moving against Harper. Plexidus gets around. Earlington puts it up, can't score. Tough to get around Marcellus Earlington there. Up ahead come the Ironmen. Harper takes it in, draws the foul. So Ron Harper to the line. Foul is on Plexidus, that's his third. So Ron Harper at the line, he'll shoot 2. Each team with 4 team fouls now here in the second half. And the first no good.
The St. Peter's Prep student section seems to come alive in this fourth quarter. You can see them behind Harper there, not making this an easy free throw.
And the second is good. It's a 3-point game, 36-33. 5 minutes, 40 seconds remaining. Walker, first. Big, quick step. That first step, he exploded to the hoop. Draws the foul. Flashing, that's his first. 5th team foul on the Ironmen, and Mark Walker at the line, shooting 2. First, good as he gets the roll. He can draw the Marauders to within 1. And the second, in and out. So it's still a 2-point game, 36-34. St. Peter's Prep has never led in this game. 5 minutes, 20 seconds remaining in the fourth. Earlington, high over his head. Harper pops a 3. No, but he's fouled, and he'll get 3 free throws. That's his 4th. 5th team foul on the Marauders. So Harper shoots 3. His first, no good. Short off the front rim. Second, good. And he'll get 1 more. Jack Pettit checks back into the lineup for the Marauders. And the second, good as well. So it's 2 of 3. 38-34. Deal. Up top, Will White. Looking for help. Outside Thiel, a long 3 is good! Brendan Thiel makes it a 1-point game, 38-37.
Great head fake there by Thiel to shake his defender, get loose, step back for the 3.
Herasme misses the 3. St. Peter's Prep can take their first lead of the game. Dished inside, Thiel lays it in, and the Marauders have the lead. St. Peter's Prep up by 1, 39-38.
And here comes Thiel. We said he was quiet all game long, only 5 points to start the fourth quarter, but he's the kind of player, Lou, so explosive.
Marcellus Earlington, no basket. It's an offensive foul. Good call. Will White was there.
And it's that help defense we've been seeing St. Peter's do this second half. One guy goes up to guard his man, Next comes Will White. He stays in his spot, plants his feet, knows Marcellus Earlington. That's a big guy coming at you. How about Will White being fearless?
Pettit outside. Marauders with a 1-point lead. Shane Simon in traffic. And a foul, reach-in foul on Don Bosco Prep.
Coach DeVario not happy with that call, thinking it should have at least been a jump ball. Certainly you could tell he's not thrilled with the way his team has been playing the last few minutes. They really just need to settle down.
That is the 7th team foul on Bosco, so it sent Shane Simon to the line, 1-1, as the Ironmen are over the limit. His first is good. He'll get another. It's been a tough fourth quarter for the Ironmen. Not scored from before. They're now down by 2. Harper lost the rebound. St. Peter's Prep gets another possession. Marauders with a 2-point lead and the ball. Beal in the corner. That's an offensive foul on St. Peter's Prep. Call it on Will White.
And how about the defense of St. Peter's Prep? We're going to see them again, but they have held Don Bosco without a field goal. The only points we've seen from them have been from the free throw line from Harper before.
I said that foul was on White, but actually it was on Shane Simon. Ron Harper takes it right down and scores. We are tied at 40. 3 minutes left here in the fourth quarter. Walker dishes. Simon puts it up, draws the foul. Foul will be on Earlington.
St. Peter's really being aggressive. They're slicing, they're slashing through the lanes. They're having that defense collapse on them, and then out comes the kick out. Great job there by Simon to go after Earlington.
That's the 8th foul on Don Bosco, and Earlington, I believe, has fouled out. That's his 5th foul. It's huge. Huge play in the game as Bosco loses Marcellus Earlington down the stretch.
So with plenty of time left, too, I mean, that's a lot of rebounding opportunities now that St. Peter's is going to have.
Earlington, the leading scorer on this team, 24 points a game. St. John's commit is out of the game, and Shane Simon hits the first. He'll get another. Second is on the way. It is good. It's a 2-point St. Peter's lead, 42-40. St. Peter's trying to knock off the number 1 seed, Don Bosco. Glacian takes the shot. It's off the mark. St. Peter's with the ball and a 2-point lead, 2.5 remaining. Pettit, Harper comes out on him. Here's Thiel. No shot clock. St. Peter's Does play a keep away, trying to bring Bosco out.
Bosco defense, though, doing a good job of staying home, not getting caught out of position.
Minute 40, and there's a foul.
I guess, Lou, this is just par for the course when you play basketball without a shot clock.
And Kanapka on the foul, and a timeout called by Bosco. It's a 2-point lead for St. Peter's with 1:39 remaining. And it's been a big second half for St. Peter's Prep, led by one of their outstanding players, the 6'6" senior Brendan Field.
Look, you don't score 1,000 career points just by pure luck, Lou. You know this guy is good. Look at his form. Look at that stroke he has. He can hit it anywhere. And we've said it before. Be careful when he gets hot, because when he gets hot, he does things like that, and he gives St. Peter's Prep their first lead.
And the Marauders have extended that lead to 2. It's 42-40. Still plenty of time. 1:39 remaining. And the Marauders will be at the foul line. Bosco with 9 team fouls. So they are in the bonus, but the next foul, of course, will put them in the double bonus, and St. Peter's will shoot 2 free throws from here on out. But right now, just 1-1. Don Bosco Prep won the non-public A state title last year, their first since 1971 when they beat St. Augustine Prep. And they lost in the TOC final to the Patrick School, 69-55. Trying to get back there, but right now, they're in a little trouble. They're down by 2. St. Peter's Prep bidding for the upset here at the Rutgers Athletic Center. Jack Pettit at the line hits the first. He gets the roll. He'll get another. This one is a big one because it could give St. Peter's Prep a 2-possession lead, and he does. It's a 4-point game, 44-40. 1:35 remaining here in regulation. Here is Ron Harper across the midcourt line. Remember, Bosco without Marcellus Earlington, who fouled out. Cannon outside. Dishes to Harper. Harper's got to be the go-to guy here for the Ironmen. Harper trying to dribble in. Now he pulls back for the jumper. It's short. Ball stolen by Herasme, then restolen by Walker, restolen by Concannon, who dishes to Harper. Kanapka. Harper takes the jumper and hits. It's a 3. Ron Harper draws Bosco to within 1.
You get the sense, Lou, just by that last possession, that Harper is ready to take Don Bosco on his back on this one. He's been doing it all game.
Will White almost brought the house down on that one as he went up from the left side. It danced off the rim, but he drew the foul, and he will shoot 2. Kanapka's third, 10th team foul. So White at the line will shoot 2. 48.3 seconds remaining. And his free throw is no good. He'll get another. Right now, it's a 1-point lead for St. Peter's. Second on the way. Good. It's 1 of 2. Marauders by a bucket. 45-43. 48 seconds left. Harper across the midcourt line. Cannon stops, pops off the rim. No, and the rebound pulled down by Field. Cannon had a good look. Simon dishes to Pettit, and he's fouled. 24 seconds remaining. St. Peter's by 2, 45-43. And again,
St. Peter's now just needs to make sure that the ball is always in the hands of their best free throw shooter, because you know the foul's going to be coming at this point.
And Pettit hits the first. Still a one-possession game. This free throw is huge right here for the Marauders. And it's good. It's a 4-point lead for St. Peter's Prep. Concannon races across. Quick timeout by the Ironmen. 19 seconds remaining. St. Peter's fans are on their feet. They smell an upset and a championship here as their team is up by 4. Obviously, Bosco doesn't have a lot of time to waste here. It's a 2-possession game. They need to get a quick shot off. And then, of course, with no shot clock, they're going to have to either A, go for a quick steal. If they don't get it immediately, they'll have to foul. And a reminder, the second game of our doubleheader is coming up at 8 o'clock, and that too should be a tremendous matchup. Gill St. Bernard's going up against Roselle Catholic for the non-public B North Championship here in New Jersey. Gill St. Bernard's 24-4, Roselle Catholic 25-4. Both of those teams are county champions. Gill St. Bernard's won their 4th straight Somerset County title, and Roselle Catholic captured the Union County Championship. So, matchup of county champions. Fourth quarter, St. Peter's has outscored Bosco 18-8. Tremendous fourth period for the Marauders.
And a huge part of that right there is number 3, Brandon Field. Came alive really in this fourth quarter.
So Bosco will inbound side court. Herasme dribbles in, takes it all the way, and scores. Quick bucket for the Ironmen, exactly what they needed. They draw to within 2. It's 47-45, and a quick timeout is called with 14 seconds left.
And Coach DeVario wants the referees to make sure that the time on the clock is correct. It shows 14 seconds. He thinks it should be a second or 2 more on the clock. And when it's a 2-point game, you need all the time that you can get.
The officials do come over to the sideline and check with the clock operator here at the Athletic Center. It is a 30-second timeout for Kevin DeVario. And they do put another second on there, 15.3 seconds remaining.
I like that move that we saw there by Herasme, not going for a 3-pointer, and Bosco in general. Let's go for the easier shot, the higher percentage shot, as opposed to taking a 3, missing, and having a long rebound go in the direction of St. Peter. So that was a good play there by the Ironmen.
Well, Bosco, I'm sure, will try to go for a quick steal here. And they'll let maybe a second or 2 go off the clock, and then they'll have to foul if they don't get the steal. And Peters gets it in, and right away, once they did get it in, they foul Shane Simon. Simon, one of the better free throw shooters on St. Peter's Prep. So the Notre Dame bound Shane Simon will go to the line. Shane Simon, a 4-year starter in basketball, averaging 10 points per game. Last year on the gridiron, he had 53 receptions for the Marauders and 4 interceptions.
This is the guy at the end of the game. There are many playmakers on the St. Peter's team, but Shane Simon, I mean, he's battle-tested. He's proven that when it comes down to the wire, he has ice in his veins. It doesn't matter what sport he's playing or what jersey he's got on.
Well, he hits the first, and a big free throw here. Second on the way is short. The rebound pulled down by Herasme. Here comes Bosco, 10 seconds. They're down by 3, and they call a timeout. 8.9 seconds remaining. Bosco has a shot. A 3-pointer would tie the game.
And they're doing it all without Marcellus Earlington, who fouled out with 2:50 left to go in the fourth quarter.
So the Ironmen will set up for 3. Now keep in mind, there's a couple of candidates to take that 3. Certainly Matt Herasme can hit the 3. but Ron Harper as well. Harper, an outstanding three-point shooter. So it'll be interesting to see what Kevin DeVario draws up here. It's a three-point game. St. Peter's Prep certainly will come out and play Bosco at the three-point line, but one thing St. Peter's Prep doesn't want to do is they don't want to foul. They don't want to give 3 free throws to the Ironmen. So.
Yeah, you've got to be very disciplined here on defense, Lou. It's so important. You can't send them to that free throw line. Stop the clock and give them time to compose themselves.
Here we go. 9 seconds. Terrific game in this non-public A North Championship. Pretty much what we expected. And we would think the second game would be the same, the non-public B final. So here we go. Glashan will throw it in. He gets it into Kanapka. Herasme pops a three. Yes! Herasme hits the three. And St. Peter's Prep calls a timeout with 2.4 seconds remaining.
You said it. Don Bosco had quite a few guys that could take that three-pointer. So if you're St. Peter's, you can't just double down on one player. You have to watch everybody. And Matt Herasme just with the pull-up, the smooth shot there by Matt Herasme to tie the game at 48.
Boy, you talk about ice running through your veins. Watch Herasme here.
He comes from underneath the basket, has to loop all the way around, curls around, gets the pass as he's turning, squares up and shoots. Pretty impressive, Lou, to do that all in a matter of 3 seconds.
So we're tied at 48. St. Peter's Prep has 2.4 seconds they put on the scoreboard clock here at the Athletic Center. 2.4, and they'll have a chance. See some of the fans there. If you're a diehard fan, this is almost unwatchable.
What are you talking about? This is the best kind of basketball.
I mean,
if you're a parent, maybe not.
That's what I mean. If you're one of a really diehard fan or a parent of either one of these schools, man, it's tough.
You know who's here that's probably having a hard time watching is Coach Hansen, the athletic director and, of course, the football coach of St. Peter's Prep. He's sitting next to the bench. He's kind of hunched over. I don't know. On the football field, he certainly knows what to do, but man, St. Peter's Prep right now, they had a lead. They went on that great 18-8 run. 3.7 seconds, though, Lou. Still some time on the clock.
Yeah, they have added time to the clock, so 3.7. Walker gets it in. They give it to Walker. Walker dribbles up. One. Here's a shot from the corner. Blocked by Harper. Ron Harper blocks the shot by Shane Simon. Simon wanted a foul, but no foul called. And we will go to overtime. Tied at 48. St. Peter's Prep got the ball up, and they had a shot. Shane Simon in the corner had an opportunity to let one fly, but Ron Harper coming up with a big defensive play. Gets part of the ball in the corner. Outstanding play by Harper. And we're tied at 48 going into overtime. So 4 minutes up on the clock.
And it's a completely different ball game, Lou. 0-0, the only difference now. Burlington is still out. And you have to watch out for Harper, because Harper, too, is up there with the fouls as well. So you can't lose both of your star players.
St. Peter's coming in at 25-2. Really lighting things up here to close out the game. His last 5 points, beautiful drive to the hoop. And then, of course, the brilliant three to tie the game. We are underway in OT. Tip it off, and Bosco wins the tip. Harper will bring it across.
And we were talking about the fouls before, so Konopka and Harper both with 4 fouls, Lou.
Harper takes it in. 50-48. So Bosco goes up by a bucket. 3.5 remaining here in overtime. James Simon. Offensive rebound, no basket. It's an offensive foul on St. Peter's Prep. Call it on Walker. And it's actually, it wasn't an offensive foul. It was after the shot on the rebound, which means Herasme will shoot free throws. 7th team foul on St. Peter's. So it's 1-1, and he hits the first. So he'll get another. And the second, good as well. So Bosco goes up by 4. Ironmen lead it 52-48. 3 minutes, 15 seconds remaining in OT. Here's Thiel. Outside, flips it to Will White. Driving in is Pettit. And Harper with the block, but a foul. Yeah, it's against St. Peter's, I believe. Harper with the block, but the foul called on the Marauders. Offensive foul. Let's watch. Let's see if we can see that again. Yeah, good call again, as Konopka had great position on the baseline.
Great position, and again, he took a chance there, because you never know which way the refs are going to go. But when you have position like that, Lou, you know that you're not going to go for a block, you have to try and take a charge.
Three minutes remaining in overtime. Cannon across the midcourt line. Gives to Harper. Harper has come up big time and time again in this game. Remember, Bosco doing this without one of the top players in the state, Marcellus Earlington. Will White on Concannon, 2.5 remaining. Herasme outside. Caution. Faked that jump shot, and Harper dribbles it off his knee. So the Marauders get it back. 2 minutes, 24 seconds left. Will White. White outside. Gives to Thiel. And a reach-in foul called on the Ironmen. And Bosco way over the limit, so St. Peter's will shoot 2. Brendan Thiel, 6'6" senior, 4-year starter, averaging 14 points a game, 5 rebounds. What a tremendous career he has had for the Marauders. And his first is good. Looking to draw St. Peter's Prep to within 2. And his second, good as well. 2-point game, 52-50. Still plenty of time. And a reach-in foul on White. And Alex Mirabel upset with that play. Sends Bosco to the line. It'll be 1-1. That's the ninth. Mike Concannon can't hit the free throw. Here comes St. Peter's, a chance to tie the game. Shane Simon underneath, Thiel with the reverse.
What a move by Thiel down there to get away from the defenders, and then that reverse just so smooth.
We're tied at 52. A minute 35 remaining in overtime. Concannon takes it in, can't score, but draws the foul. Shane Simon thought he had a clean block. And that is the 10th team foul, so both teams now with a double bonus. And it will send Mike Concannon to the line. He'll shoot two. Concannon, tremendous lacrosse player for Don Bosco Prep. Well, he wants to hold off getting on the lacrosse field for a little bit longer.
For two reasons. One, because it means he's still playing basketball, and two, it's cold outside, Lou. It's too cold for lacrosse.
He wants this basketball season to go as long as it can, and he contributes there as he gives Bosco a 2-point lead. 54-52, a minute and a half remaining in overtime. Will White brings it across for the Marauders. Angles in front of the St. Peter's bench. Top of the key. Shane Simon trying to back in, turnaround jumper off the mark. Rebound knocked around underneath. Konopka pulls it down, still moving around. And what's the call? Traveling. A wild sequence right there.
I mean, he tried, you could tell he tried so hard to keep that pivot foot down. But when you have three maroon jerseys swarming you, Lou, all over you, that's tough. And Coach DeBario not liking that call. Definitely thought there was a foul in there somewhere.
1:06 remaining. Bounce pass inside. Walker draws the foul. So Mark Walker to the line to shoot two. A chance to tie the game. And his first good. And his second, good as well. We're tied at 54. Harper catches up to that inbounds pass, dribbles up, falls down, and gets it back to Concannon. Final minute of play in overtime. Herasme. And you might say, well, why doesn't Bosco hold for the last shot? They may try to do that, but it's easier said than done. Tough to keep possession for more than a minute.
Especially with the defense at St. Peter's Prep. I mean, they really have found themselves defensively in the second half and carried it over into the overtime.
That's exactly what the Ironmen are going to do here. They are going to take the last shot. And if it doesn't go, we'll go into double overtime. Concannon, 15 seconds. Dribbles in. Timeout. Kevin DeVario says, okay, let's draw something up here with 10 seconds left.
Well, that's what you want to do. You know, you want to run the clock down, get it to 10 seconds. This gives you plenty of time to draw up a play. And the play that they're going to draw up, Lou, is probably going to allow a second or two at the end. So just in case that first shot doesn't go in, you're going to have someone like Konopka or Harper, if he's not taking the shot, underneath the basket for the putback if it doesn't go.
10.5 seconds on the scoreboard clock. It has been a tremendous game. We're tied at 54. We still have another great game to go. Gill St. Bernard's, Roselle Catholic coming up next. You could join us on this Thursday night here at the Rutgers Athletic Center. The crowd being treated to great high school basketball here in this non-public A North championship game. The winner heading to the non-public A state championship game on Saturday at Toms River to take on Camden Catholic, who defeated St. Joe's Metuchen tonight for the South A title. Well, for Bosco, again, they only need a 2 here. Remember, at the end of regulation, they needed a 3. And Herasme, of course, drilled that 3 to tie it. But here, just a 2 to take the lead. So a number of options to get that bucket. You know that St. Peter's Prep already, they've got Harper double teamed.
Keep your eye on Herasme all the way by himself on the other end of the court.
Down to 7. Harper should be the man. He launches a 3 off the rim. No. Here's Thiel, and it's knocked out by Herasme. And what's the call here? Bosco says there should be 1 second. It's going to be Bosco ball, I think. And they're going to talk it over, the officials. Kevin DeVario seems pretty sure they're going to put a second on the clock. Point 2 on the clock. Well, that's going to be tough. All that the Ironmen can do would be a catch and shoot. It would have to be almost simultaneously. Point 2. If the Ironmen don't make the shot, obviously we'll go to double overtime.
Why not?
All right, so point 2 on the clock. McGlashan gets it in. Harper can't corral it. And we will go into double overtime here at the Rutgers Athletic Center. Still nothing settled in the non-public A North Final. Bosco and Peters tied at 54 on News 12, Varsity's Game Time.
Jewelry design, diamonds reset, jewelry appraised by a GIA graduate gemologist. Always while you wait and watch, your diamonds never leave your sight at Gennaro Jewelers in Belmore. Honest and reputable since 1923. Feel totally at ease while you sit next to our diamond setter. While you wait and watch your diamonds being set or resized, visit our exciting new website, GennaroJewelers.com.
I got to see her for the first time, and I heard that cry. I don't think that there's anything that can ever compare to that.
She's here. Our lives were changed for the best.
Seeing her as a new mom, just glowing and smiling from ear to ear, that's what St. Catherine's is about.
It was unreal. I'm never going to forget that moment.
Well, we're going to double overtime here at the Rutgers Athletic Center. Lou Brogno along with Amanda Puglisi, our entire News 12 varsity team. Hope you've enjoyed this one. It's been a terrific game in the New Jersey non-public A North Championship. Don Bosco Prep and St. Peter's Prep tied at 54. And we go to double OT. Marauders win the tap here. Will White brings it up. St. Peter's moving left to right on your screen. White in the corner. Thiel fakes the 3. Tough defense here by the Ironmen. Remember, Don Bosco Prep, no Marcellus Earlington, who fouled out in regulation. 3:20 left in double OT. Plexidus dishes Shane Simon. floats it up, can't score. Rebound, Thiel is fouled, and he'll go to the line. Foul on Herasme. That's his third. Both teams in the bonus, so Brendan Thiel at the line shooting 2. Outstanding free throw shooter for the Marauders. And his first is no good off the back rim. He'll get one more, trying to give St. Peter's Prep the lead. And the second is on the way. Good. Hits 1 of 2. And the Marauders have a 1-point lead. They're up 55-54. Ron Harper across the midcourt line to Concannon. Concannon free. Harper open for 3. Drills it. Ron Harper gives Don Bosco Prep a 2-point lead. 57-55. 2:45 remaining. And traveling the call on St. Peter's.
Harper 3 of 6 from beyond the 3-point arc. And Lou, when you're shooting that well from far away, you give the defense no chance, but they have to come out there. They have to guard you.
30-second timeout called by head coach Alex Mirabel of St. Peter's Prep. And here's that 3 by Harper. Nice stroke.
Harper stays in, looks like he's setting a pick, and then just pops right out, gets the ball, sets himself, and lets it fly.
And as we mentioned earlier, Harper so versatile. He certainly can take it right to the hoop, but he can stroke that 3 from outside as well.
And you got to guard him everywhere because of that. You can't say, well, I'm going to play him a little bit closer to the basket because I think he's going to drive, because we've seen time and time again today that he can, he will, and he will make it if he shoots from outside. And as we were saying before, he can also take you off the dribble too. So he's just so dynamic. He leads all scorers right now with 25.
8 of 12 from the field for Harper. And he certainly has lit it up here at his future home, the Rutgers Athletic Center. Harper brings it across. Don Bosco Prep with the ball and a 2-point lead. 2 minutes, 25 seconds remaining. Washington outside Concannon, up top. Here's to Harper, breaks free, pulls up for the jumper off the rim, but the rebound pulled down by Herasme. Harper gets it back, inside Konopka, offensive foul. Used his body in, threw a little bit of an elbow. So the offensive foul gives it back to St. Peter's. Here it is. That's his 5th, so Konopka will foul out. That's the second Ironman to foul out of the game. Marcellus Erlington did earlier. And now Victor Konopka. So Konopka out. And Jordan Cook Harper checks into the game for the first time tonight. 6'9" senior.
The weight on Ron Harper's shoulders, Lou, just got a little bit heavier now. We saw, he's certainly picking up the slack. So is Herasme, doing a great job. But now with your 2 big guys out, this is going to be tough for Bosco.
2 starters out of the lineup for the Ironmen. Here's Thiel. Thiel dishes to Walker. Pettit. Shane Simon takes the jumper, can't connect. Concannon gets the rebound, and then trying to reach in from behind was Walker, and he's called for the foul. So 1:47 left in double overtime. Don Bosco Prep with a 2-point lead. Ironmen Mike Concannon averaging 6 points per game. And that one dances off the rim. He'll get one more. Second, good. It's 1 of 2, and the Don Bosco lead is 3. 58-55, a minute 40 remaining. Knocked away.
No lead is safe with these two teams, Lou.
3-point lead is certainly within striking distance, deficit I should say, within striking distance of St. Peter's. With Thiel out there. Knocked out by Bosco. 34 left in double OT. Bounce pass beautifully executed. Brendan Thiel lays it in. 1 point game, 58-57, Bosco. Herasme gets it across, a minute 20. Buchanan lost the dribble momentarily, flips it over his shoulder to Harper. One minute left. Buchanan dribbles in, puts it up. No, up ahead, stolen by Herasme. Huge play.
Heads up play there by Herasme to be running down the floor, but also have the wherewithal to turn your head and look and see where the ball is.
Really the unsung hero of this Bosco team, Matt Herasme, hit the big three, and look at that play.
He saw it the whole way, and the whole way he was thinking steal.
Harper shooting two. First, no. They'll get one more. It's just a 1 point lead for Bosco, 58-57. Second free throw. On the way, no good. It's both. So he misses both, rather, and it's a 1 point game, 58-57. St. Peter's Prep a chance to take the lead here. 30 seconds left. Will White hands it off to Simon. 25 seconds. 20 seconds remaining. Shane Simon beyond the three-point arc. Now drives in, puts it up high off the glass and in. Shane Simon gives St. Peter's Prep a 1 point lead. 59-58 with 11.8 seconds remaining.
Shane Simon goes after the defense, but also Luke protecting the ball as he's dribbling, not letting anyone get in. Watch this again, not letting anyone get in and steal the ball there. Harper reaches in for a second. Shane Simon had total control of the ball.
Well, Bosco will have possession. They've got 11 seconds to work with here. And the Ironmen, you got to think, they'll be looking for Herasme or Harper once again. It's a 1 point differential, 59-58. 11 seconds left in double overtime. What a game.
A little bit of a slow start, Lou, but we're finishing with a lot of fireworks here.
That's for sure. St. Peter's Prep coming out defensively. Will White, Mark Walker, Jack Pettit, Shane Simon, and also Brendan Thiel. Remember, Bosco, no Marcellus Earlington, and no Victor Konopka. Harper will pull the trigger. To Concannon. 10 seconds. Concannon gets it across. 8 seconds. Concannon looking. Here's Herasme. Dribbles in. Lost the handle. Foul on St. Peter's Prep with 0.6 seconds remaining.
Herasme just going strong to the basket, looking for the foul, but just you got to go strong in that sense. In that case.
Herasme to shoot 2. His first. Good. We're tied at 59. He can give Bosco the lead here, but St. Peter's Prep says, no, let's ice him. And Alex Mirabel calls a timeout.
You said it before, Herasme is kind of the unsung hero of this Don Bosco team. Don't forget, he had those 5 big points that essentially sent this game to overtime in the 4th quarter. Came up huge late for Don Bosco. We see it again here today, right now. So we talk about Herasme now driving to the basket. You see there quite a few maroon jerseys converge on him. It's a good call by the ref because you see the defender kind of slides underneath, pops the ball up.
So Herasme will get one more free throw. We're tied at 59 with 0.6 seconds remaining. So here's your ball game right here. Herasme. One more free throw. Tied at 59. His free throw is good.
And there he is, Lou. Ice in his veins for Herasme.
St. Peter's calls a timeout with 0.6 remaining. And the Ironmen on top by 160 to 59. Here at double overtime.
Talk about the composure that he has to have in that situation to know that St. Peter's calls the timeout. They try to ice him. He comes back just cool and calm, takes his time, gets to the free throw, and just lets it go.
We talk about pressure free throws for Herasme. He drilled both of them and barely a ripple on the net for each free throw. Great performance by him. So 60 to 59. Don Bosco Prep up by 1. Stay tuned for the non-public North B Championship. Gil St. Bernard's and Roselle Catholic. And that's coming up next here from the Rutgers Athletic Center. So St. Peter's Prep will throw it in. They will toss it in. But Don Bosco Prep calls timeout first. So Kevin DeVaria wanted to see how Peters was going to line up. Now he calls timeout to line up his defense.
There's no shot clock in Jersey, and I don't know, Lou, it seems like these coaches have an endless supply of timeouts. But maybe it's just
Well,
because we've been playing basketball for 2 hours.
Seems that way, anyway.
But you're right, you know, Coach DeVaria wants to call a timeout after he sees how St. Peter's is set up so that they can throw their defense out and try to combat it. 0.6 seconds left on the clock. You never know what can happen, especially in this game.
Well, the clock won't start, of course, until one of the Marauders touches the ball. So Shane Simon will inbound it, and my guess is he'll try to throw a long pass into the front court. Thiel is there to receive it, as well as Mark Walker and Jack Pettit. One of them will try to catch it and immediately toss it towards the hoop. So Shane Simon to pull the trigger. Here we go. Simon has it blocked. And that's it. Well, wait a second now. The officials talk it over. The ball was blocked by Jordan Cook Harper. And now the officials have to figure something out here because the buzzer sounded, but the ball was knocked out of bounds. 0.3 on the clock.
It's the never-ending game.
The drama continues. Jordan Cook Harper, 6'9", in front of Simon. The ball knocked away. Don Bosco Prep defeats St. Peter's Prep 60-59 in double overtime. What a game. Bosco wins its third straight North A championship, and the Ironmen will head to Toms River to play Camden Catholic for the state non-public A championship.
You know, Bosco just proved that they're the kind of team that they're going to find a way to win no matter who's on the floor, what the score is, how many overtimes they have to play. But they're going to find a way to win.
So Don Bosco